very few companies that I work with, but Flamma I've worked with before, and they haven't disappointed this time. The FB200, kind of an all-in-one solution for bass guitar. Now, the best thing about this is I was taking my time over a video. I thought, well, I'll use my Diodario chargeable power supply. But then when I looked at the back of it to plug it in, I was like, all right, there's no usual standardized pedal power input. It just charges from a USB charger, USB-C type. So this thing is chargeable. You can take it anywhere. You just need this, the cable, maybe some headphones or some speakers, and your bass guitar. So these all-in-one units that Flamma does, there's a one that they do for guitar as well. By the way, I'm not the best bassist in the world. Maybe I used to play a little bit better, but I've went to the dark side of playing 6 strings mostly nowadays. So these all-in-one units by Flamma, they've got a good amount of effects on them, a good amount of cab simulations, amp simulations. Reverb for bass is tasteful, but the effects you can take all the way to kind of unlistenable, which I like. All right, I like you to be able to push an effects pedal. I like to be able to push an effects unit to points where you would never play it. It's almost the sign of a good pedal nowadays, I think. But really, really simple input, output, headphones, so you could legitimately play this on a train if you had a bass and put your headphones in it. If you need to charge it, it's just a USB-C. The only thing that might annoy some people is that there's not the usual center negative tip 9-volt input, but it'll last you a whole gig, all right, which is important. It seems to last a few hours. It's lasted me a few hours in the past. I haven't tested it to see how. Some people might want to test it to see how many hours you get out of it. I haven't done that. It serves my purpose of filming with it for a few hours, all right. But it's one of those things where this sort of pedal that does everything all in one, like, I could think of loads of things to say about it, but really it just gives you a lot of sounds on the go for a very, very affordable price. It's a lot of sounds that sound good for an affordable price. That's all that it tries to do, and it does it very successfully. All right, let's not complicate this. It's an all-in-one unit. I like the form factor of it. Everything's laid out so it kind of makes sense, this linear sort of operation, rather than having like knobs all over the place. I can go one at a time, and it kind of just makes sense to me. I quite like this form factor. If you want to use it with an amp, you can sit in front of an amp very well. It looks like a selector switch basically, and if you're going to be using this, maybe you're only going to be using this, might want to put a fuzz in front of it if you're that way inclined. I never really like the sound of you can get distortion with this, but I like a fuzz to go in front of a IR. Just makes it sound a little bit more analog. Flamma did send this pedal over for me to test. No money has changed hands. I do have a nice relationship with Flamma. I've used some of their pedals in the past. They're good people to work with, and I think that matters. Totally forgot to mention that this has a lot of drum beats in it, so you can take it on the go and practice along to a drum beat while you're on the go. Or it's just very convenient to set up in your house. Personally, I don't really use that, which is why my timing's so bad with the bass, obviously, and everything else. But you might use it.